This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 1195. Want to fix your debt? Do this one thing first. And give your money a job, both by Dawn Starks of SimpleMoneyPro.com. And I'm Dan. Welcome back to Optimal Finance Daily. I'm your host and narrator here, and I'm here every single day reading to you from some of the best personal finance blogs on the planet. Today's two posts are from Dawn Starks, so without any further ado, let's get right to it as we start optimizing your life. Want to fix your debt? Do this one thing first, by Dawn Starks of SimpleMoneyPro.com. Unfortunately, paying off debts once and for all is difficult. The way to achieve this goal is to find extra money in your budget and systematically apply it to your debts until all debts are paid off. This is a simple and unavoidable fact. However, people have a difficult time following that prescription because they use credit cards for their expenses. Continuing to use your credit cards is analogous to digging a hole with one hand and then tossing dirt back into the hole with the other. Going cold turkey is one approach. You simply stop using all forms of credit until you dig yourself out of debt. Resist the urge. Resisting using credit cards is very difficult for many people, and just like quitting anything else cold turkey, falling off the wagon is easy to do. So the first thing you should do in your efforts to pay off your debts is this. Immediately stop using credit cards for your daily and monthly expenses. Stopping the use of credit cards is like stopping the bleeding. If you don't have an emergency fund, you must use credit for big expenses that surprisingly pop up. Other than those situations, use only cash and your checking account, with or without a debit card, to cover your monthly expenses. Of course, this is not the only thing you need to do, but it is the first thing, and you must become disciplined about it. No restaurant meals, no groceries, no gas for your car using your credit card. All these expenses and others should be paid in real time using money you possess at the time of the purchase. Breaking the cycle of buy now, pay later is critical. Are you someone who likes to use credit not only for its convenience at the time of purchase, but also for the convenience of tracking the expenses? If you are carrying a balance, don't do this. Start using cash and see how quickly you get back on the straight and narrow. Once your credit card debt is paid off, you can determine if you're disciplined enough to use the card for your purchases for ease of tracking. The good old envelope system. If carrying around a wad of cash is stressful, consider using the time-tested envelope method. There are apps and other tools you can use to manage this process, but plain old envelopes work fine. Label each envelope with a monthly expense category and insert the necessary cash amount you'll need for that purpose. When you need groceries, for example, use your cash out of the grocery envelope. Best practice is to also keep good notes on how much you started with in each envelope and what you spent it on. Be sure to track any transfers between envelopes during the month. Use autodraft or prepaid cards. If that sounds too tedious, investigate having all of your monthly expenses set up to autodraft straight from your checking account, or use your checkbook to pay for groceries. Yeah, people still do that. Another way to avoid carrying around a wad of cash is to use cash or a check to buy prepaid cards, the cards you can purchase that are like gift cards, not credit cards. For example, if your grocery budget is $600 per month and you get paid bi-monthly, then after you receive your pay, pull out $300 in cash and buy a grocery store gift card. Watch the balance like a hawk as you pay for groceries, and you won't have to maintain receipts to tally at month's end. Do these methods require some legwork? Absolutely. But if you're serious about ending your debt once and for all, the first thing you must do is stop using credit for your regular expenses. Do this, and the rest of the process of debt payoff will then fall into place. And I have another post for you in just a sec, but first, this episode was brought to you by Gatsby. Have you ever wanted to make money when the stock market dips? Are you sick of disappointing returns even when you pick the right stocks? Willing to dial up the risk? You can do what the pros do and trade options on Gatsby. Options trading doesn't have to be complicated. Gatsby makes trading options beautifully simple and commission-free. With options, you can take strategies for or against any public company or ETF with more leverage than stocks. And with Gatsby, you can follow your friends to see what others are trading on. Do you think it's time to be more active with your portfolio? Then Gatsby is ready for you. Gatsby is beyond commission-free. Customers can earn rewards points with every trade and redeem them for gift cards. Take advantage of our special offer just for our listeners and get your first 2,000 rewards points on us by going to trygatsby.com/optimal. Options trading is risky in nature and you can lose all invested capital. Securities are offered through View Trade Securities Inc. See trygatsby.com for a full list of disclosures and the complete fee schedule. Give Your Money a Job by Dawn Starks of SimpleMoneyPro.com. No one likes the idea of budgeting. One of my life's ambitions is to find better ways to think about managing money without using the B word. Instead of budgeting, create a spending plan, which is really the same thing. Build a cash flow statement to determine where you are now, and then decide where your money needs to go each month. Think of it as giving your money a job to do. If you don't help your money be productive, it's liable to slip away and get into trouble. Manage your money by always staying a step ahead of your income. Most people have some idea of how much income they are expecting in the next month. Therefore, the most successful approach is to delegate your dollars ahead of time so you know where your money is going. Just remember, you're the boss, not your money. Too often, people get their paycheck and start paying bills, crossing their fingers that there might be something, anything, left over for saving or spending. This is the wrong approach. Plan ahead. Think through the bills you have coming up and allocate those already promised dollars. Then determine what your remaining dollars should do. If you don't expect any dollars to remain, that's another issue altogether. A situation like that requires intervention to restructure your fixed monthly expenses. For the sake of this blog post, I'm assuming you have fixed expenses you can cover, such as a mortgage, a car payment, the light bill, as well as discretionary expenses, such as groceries, dining out, and splurge money. Once you've accounted for the fixed expenses, determine how much you're willing to allot to things like groceries, eating out, and entertainment. Just don't forget your debt paydown and saving goals. Divvy up the expected bucket of money, regardless how small the bucket might be, with a mind toward your goals. Give those lazy slacker dollars a job. The days of hanging out on your couch all day and eating chips before slipping out the door when your back is turned are over. You just listened to the posts titled, "Want to Fix Your Debt? Do This One Thing First," and "Give Your Money a Job," both by Dawn Starks of SimpleMoneyPro.com. And that's going to do it for today. I thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day, and I'm going to see you right back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.